The slip fence is specifically designed for homeowners who want a warm and private wood fence, but with the stability and endurance of an aluminum fence, and simple to install. When planning your vertical slip fence installation, make sure to map out your fence posts exactly 8 feet apart from the center of each post to the center of the next post. Dig 8-inch diameter post holes 36 to 48 inches deep and fill the bottom with a few inches of gravel if required. Colder climates may require a deeper post hole. Insert the square aluminum post into the hole and ensure that the post is at least 76 inches from the ground to the top of the post for a 6-foot fence. Then pour concrete into the hole around the post to set. Do the same for the next post in the fence line. And while the concrete is still wet, lay a 93-inch board on the ground for the proper spacing between your posts, because stringers can always be cut shorter, but they can't be made longer. Then, level each post on the X and Y axis. Repeat this same procedure for all posts in your fence project. When the concrete is dried, fasten your first bottom bracket with the self-drilling screws provided through the top oval screw hole in the bracket onto the first post approximately 12 inches up from the ground to the top of the stringer seat. If your project is following the grade of your property, it's at this point where you would set up your string line for bottom brackets and stringers to align them all approximately 12 inches from the ground. Stepping fence sections for grade fluctuations is recommended and makes it easier to accommodate cap rails later. Next, fasten a bracket to one end of a stringer with the nut and bolt just hand tight. Place the other open end of the stringer U-shaped down onto the first bracket seat and fasten with a nut and bolt hand tight. Then, level the stringer to the next post and fasten the bracket to the next post with the self-drilling screw through the top oval hole in the bracket. Once the stringer is level, then drill in the remaining screws through each bracket to the post for a secure fit. Once the bottom stringer is secured, for a 6-foot high fence, measure approximately 52 inches from the bottom stringer up the post, and this is the position for the top bracket seat to be fastened. Then repeat the same procedure for the top stringer as the bottom stringer, making sure the stringer is level and bored holes in both top and bottom stringer are aligned. Repeat these steps to secure and align all of your stringers to your fence posts in your fence project. And once all the stringers are level or in line, tighten the bottom grip nuts on each bracket with a wrench or socket. The first board to be inserted into each section is an 8-foot stabilizing fence board, right in the middle of the stringers between the two posts. Slip this board through the top and bottom stringers, and then slam it into the ground to provide a stable base for a center leg of the fence panel to help prevent stringer sag over time. Before fastening this stabilizing board, eyeball the stringers to make sure they are level, with no warp or bend, and if needed, give them a little lift with 2 fingers to provide a slight bow in the stringer. Then fasten this board to the top and bottom stringers with the wood screws provided. Before inserting the remaining boards, measure and mark 9 inches down from the top of each board so that when slipped into place, this mark will meet the top of the stringer, or create a 9-inch jig for an even board height from stringer to board top throughout the section. Now, slip in the remaining fence boards into the section. Once all of the boards in a section have been inserted, slide the first board up so the 9-inch mark meets the top of the stringer, and fasten the fence board to the top and bottom stringer with wood screws through the holes in the stringers and into each fence board. Fasten 2 top screws and 2 bottom screws on each board before moving on to the next board to prevent stringer sag. Repeat this same procedure for all fence sections, and then trim the top center stabilizing board to be level with the rest of the boards in the section. Once all of your fence boards have been secured to stringers, this is when you would install the optional aluminum cap rail. Simply slip on the cap rail to the top of the boards in the finished fence panel and fasten with 2 wood screws. Then, tap on the self-tightening aluminum post cap with a rubber mallet to all posts. Post caps should sit approximately 2 inches above the top of the fence boards for a nice clean look. Posts can be easily cut down with a metal blade on your saw if necessary. For an 8-foot high fence, a center wood rail using the SLIPFENCE traditional bracket kit is recommended. Gates can be added anywhere in the Tahoe slip fence, provided the gate hardware can fasten to a 3-inch square aluminum fence post. What you have now is a warm and private wood fence with the strength and endurance of an aluminum fence. Build a better fence. SLIPFENCE by Tahoe Products Group.